On behalf of the members of the St. Bernard Parish School Board and the students of Chalmette High School, welcome to our 9th annual Day of Reflection Breakfast. Please stand for the presentation of colors, the singing of our national anthem, and our morning prayer.
Pray with me if you will. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning in humble gratitude for the friends and neighbors gathered here today. We are grateful for the many blessings you continue to bestow on us, and we know that your hand has shaped our progress in the last 9 years. We ask that you continue to give us the spirit of unity that calls us together on this date each year. Please bless the meal we receive today and allow each traveler to return home safely. These things we ask in your name. Amen.
We are excited to have each of you with us this morning. Today is the day set aside each year for us to gather together as a community, focus for a moment on those things that make our parish stand out among others, and resolve as one united group to continue our pathway forward. I am Jonathan Cucci, a senior here at Chalmette High. Michaela Kramer, also a senior, and I will be your guides throughout our program.
As we move forward on this day of reflection and think about the positives in our beloved parish, we surely never want to forget that day we lost loved ones. That one moment in time that made us stronger. Our 9th anniversary of rebounding and rebuilding better than before.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Chalmette High School Voices, under the direction of Miss Annalise Cassar, and our moment of reflection.
that long. Jonathan and I were still in elementary school, and our current preschoolers, kindergartners, first, second, and third graders weren't even born yet. That's 2,500 students now enrolled in our public schools.
That's right, Michaela. St. Bernard has really bounced back thanks to everyone working together. We are all tied together with one mission. We've learned that we can go the distance, and we are living testimony to the fact that in St. Bernard, ordinary miracles do occur each and every day.
We have much strength to celebrate. And in particular, we are very grateful to the men and women of the St. Bernard Parish School Board, who 9 years ago were firm in their determination to go the distance and rebuild not only buildings, but a better educational system. We welcome our hosts this morning, the members of the St. Bernard Parish School Board, represented by President Dr. Hugh Kraft.
Thank you, Michaela and Jonathan, for your student leadership and all your involvement at Chalmette High. We truly have a great group of students at Chalmette High and throughout our parish, and we're so proud of them. Thank you all. On behalf of the members of the St. Bernard's Parish School Board, I bid you a warm welcome. We're honored to have played a major role in the rebounding of our parish in the wake of this country's greatest natural and man-made disaster. And we take pride in bringing you an educational program that has been recognized by the State Department of Education as among the top school districts in the state. We have made remarkable progress in these last 9 years, and it is my honor to introduce to you at this time my colleagues who have made much of this happen. The members of the St. Bernard's Parish School Board who could be with us today, and I gladly present them because all of them are here. We have Vice President Dinah Dysett, Ms. Dysett, Ms. Darlene Aceveda, Mr. Donald Campbell, Ms. Lynette DeFatta, Mr. William Egan, Mr. Cliff England, Dr. Henderson Lewis, Mr. Joe Long, Mr. Ronald Nicosia, and Mr. Sean Warner. Thank you, school board members. We are committed to rebounding on the strength of a well-prepared generation of college and career-ready young people. Let me assure you that we are in this for the long haul, and as a major player in its vital, progressive St. Bernard, we'll be there. We have a video.
I'll be there to love you.
Bernard School Board singers will be touring the country. So just watch for the bus. It'll be a yellow bus, of course. It is also my pleasure to introduce the driving force behind the forward movement of our school system. Ladies and gentlemen, our superintendent, Ms. Doris Foche.
Dr. Kraft may have had hail to the chief, but I am much more comfortable and more honored for the Chalmette High fight song. So. And thank you, Dr. Kraft, and thank you, board members, for that lovely rendition of your affection for the parish. But in all honesty, you have always been there for us, and we know you will continue to be. And good morning to everyone here with us. And I would like to begin by just recognizing some of our distinguished guests this morning. And I have a very long list, so I would appreciate it if we just don't clap for everyone. Just let them stand, and I'm going to recognize them rather quickly. We are honored to have with us our state senator, Mr. A.G. Crow, our state representative, Ray Garofalo, Louisiana Supreme Court Justice John Weimer, Judge, 4th Circuit Court of Appeals Danny Dysart, and we happen to have 2 retired judges from the 4th Circuit, David Garbity and Bobby Cleese. And from the state 1st Circuit Court of Appeals, Jimmy Kuhn. And we're happy to have with us Federal Judge Eldon Fallon from the Eastern District of Louisiana. Our Assistant Superintendent, Beverly Larson. Our Parish President, David Peralta. And we have 2 former parish presidents with us this morning, Charlie Ponstein and Junior Rodriguez. From our Parish Council, Mr. Ray Loga. And we have some former councilmen and police jurors with us, Joey DeFatta, Ricky Mellarine, and Gus Reese. Our sheriff, Jimmy Pullman. Our clerk of court, Randy Nunez. And our former clerk of court, Miss Lena Torres. Judges, our local judges, Bob Buckley, Jacques Sanborn, Perry Nicosia, Jean Juneau, and Kirk Vaughn. Our assessor, Jalen Bergeron Turner. Our coroner, Brian Bertucci. Our former superintendent of schools / school board member / parish council chairman, Frank Otterer. Frank is with us. Our fire chief, Tommy Stone. Chancellor of Nunez Community College and a former state representative, Tommy Warner. And from the Southeast Louisiana Flood Control, the former chairman, Tim Duty. Tim, you can stand. And the regional director, Bob Turner. Our friend from the Office of Community Development in Baton Rouge, Pat Forbes. And I keep saying to Pat every time he comes each year, if there's any additional money lying around, I've got shovel-ready products first in line, okay? From FEMA, we have Mike Womack, John Conley, and Eddie Williams, guys. And from GOSEP, Kevin Davis is with us, and Mark Riley and Mark DeBozier. And you guys, we expect some real collaboration on that last project that we need, and a firm resolution very, very soon. So we need you to work together very well. From the LSBA, which is Louisiana School Board Association, we're honored to have our executive director, Scott Richard, with us this morning. Scott just stood up over here, and from the Retired Teachers Association, the Executive Director, Greg Luscombe. Father Dennis Hayes is out there as well, and I'd like to recognize him, the priest who was with us throughout the storm, and we really appreciate you, Father, and we're glad to have you back with us this morning. And we have some of our neighboring officials from across the river in Plaquemines. We have Parish President Billy Nungesser, and our neighbor in Jefferson Parish, John Young, and I think Representative Cassidy. Bill Cassidy was supposed to be with us this morning. There he is. Thank you. So I know that's a very long list of people, but in all honesty, we appreciate all of our community members who are with us and have been with us every step of the way for the last 9 years. Also with us this morning is our U.S. Congressman in Washington, our House Majority Whip, Congressman Steve Scalise, who would like to share a few thoughts with you this morning.
I want to just let y'all keep going. I don't want to interrupt that. Ready for Saturday night in Houston, but it's great to be with y'all. I really appreciate the invitation, Doris, and everybody here in St. Bernard Parish. I almost wanted to start singing along with that video, but you know, American Idol was just in a couple of days ago. I'm wondering if the school board tried out. We might be seeing them on TV real soon. You know, it's always special to be back here. Many of you know. My wife, Jennifer, is from St. Bernard Parish. In fact, grew up on Madison Avenue, and our daughter is named Madison. And we have a special affinity for St. Bernard and have been following the recovery so closely through the years. And, you know, when you're here in Chalmette High School and this beautiful gym, just to see all of the incredible work that this entire leadership team has done in the parish, led by Doris. Doris Voce has been recognized nationally for the work that she's done. So if we can all give a round of applause to Doris. It's taken a special kind of leadership to bring St. Bernard back the way it has. And, you know, believe it or not, 9 years after Katrina, my colleagues all across the country in Congress still ask how the recovery is going. You know, there was concern even like 2, 3, 4 years after the storm, would people forget about us? And in fact, they haven't. They still are concerned about how we do. And when there are storms all across the country, people call on us and say, how did y'all get through it? And so not only do they care about the recovery, do they still ask about the recovery, but this is a model that people use when there are devastations all across the nation. Unfortunately, every year we see, whether it's flooding in other parts of the country or tornadoes or hurricanes or earthquakes, people still look to us because of what y'all have done. And I think the one theme, if you look throughout, you know, in that earlier video, it's hard to keep a dry eye when you look at how far everybody has come since Hurricane Katrina. But you have not been defined by the storm. You have not been defined by the billions of dollars that the federal government and others have sent down. You haven't been defined by even all of the private support and charitable organizations that have come in. I think what defines the people of St. Bernard in this recovery is the strength and resilience of the people. And so always keep that with you. It's something that ultimately does define you because people look to how St. Bernard's recovered from such a tragic devastation 9 years ago to where you are today and where you're going. You're going in a great place because of the leadership and the strength of the people here. So it's an honor to be with you. Look forward to the rest of the ceremony.
We're also honored to have with us U.S. Senator David Vitter, who would also like to share a few remarks with us.
Thank you, Doris. Not exactly the same football tradition, but I like it nonetheless. Thank you, Doris, and thanks, too, for your amazing leadership. And Steve, you're right, American Idol was here. Actually, the school board did try out, and you will not be seeing them on TV anytime soon. No offense. You know, it's great to be here for a solemn occasion and remembrance. It's even better to be here for a celebration of recovery. And that's what this is, too, an absolute celebration of an amazing recovery. If anybody doesn't believe that St. Bernard is back better than ever, they haven't seen what's going on in this room and all throughout the parish. And today, it's not just a beautiful new facility. It's not just leadership from every aspect of the community together, really united as one. What pumps me up the most is seeing our young people here and their leadership and their excitement. And that's what makes me know that St. Bernard is back better than ever. You know, I was hopeful in the weeks and months after Katrina, but I never would have predicted this level of amazing recovery. However, I have to say I did have some very positive hints from the beginning. A few days after Katrina, when I first got here on the ground, of course, devastation was staggering. And one of the first groups I met was most of the St. Bernard Fire Department, including the chief who was with them. They hadn't slept in days. They had done some really grisly work, including collecting the deceased. And still, all through that, the chief was pushing and never lost his sense of humor. He approached me and said, "Senator, I just need one thing from you. Please promise that Kevin Costner will play me in the movie." That same day, visiting with the parish council, they had been holed up in one of the refinery buildings for all through the storm, and they were as resolute and determined as ever. And then leaving the parish that night, as Walter Boisseau and I were driving out, we came across what almost was a riot because there was an ice truck that FEMA had brought into the parish, had plenty of ice in it, had distributed some, still had plenty of ice in it, and FEMA was planning on driving out of the parish with it that day. And there was quite a circle of residents surrounding them. And so I stopped, and Walter and I got out, and we talked to the FEMA officials, and I tried to say very good-naturedly, look, y'all got to understand, this truck is not leaving the parish. The only open question is whether you guys are leaving the parish, and I suggest you start right now. And they did, and the truck stayed. The recovery has been amazing, and it's because of the spirit of this community. And that spirit is alive and well in the next generation. As I said, that's what gets me the most excited and the most hopeful for the future. It's great to be with you today.
Thank all of you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking the time out of your busy schedules to share this important day with our community. And also with us this morning is our Bessie representative, who is also the superintendent in St. Martin Parish, Ms. Lottie Beebe. Dr. Kraft alluded to the success of our public school system. We now have state-of-the-art facilities with reconstruction continuing across the street and at the MoMA Center. And I tell you, the MoMA Center is going to be absolutely magnificent. We hope to open it around Christmas. We have a state-of-the-art planetarium, and we have just sent our people for training to the Spitz Center in Philadelphia to familiarize themselves with all the wonderful programs that will be shown there. So stay tuned for that opening, and that's going to be magnificent. And as you see right across the street, where we started at Chalmette High School, And we've gone around and built new buildings throughout the parish, new school buildings. We're back at Chalmette High School, and thanks to all of our leaders and our people at FEMA and GOSEP and our congressmen and senators, we are now undergoing an additional $40 million renovation of Chalmette High School. So we have a school system that has been recognized for over 20 years for its financial integrity and its audits without exception. And if you can go 20 years without an exception, without a question cost, and not even a management letter for suggestions for improvement on internal controls, you're doing a really good job. So we've been through all of the regular audits, and with all the tens and hundreds of millions of dollars coming in through the recovery, we expect nothing different. We have classrooms where excellence in educational programming is the norm. And we do this together through lots of hard work, ordinary miracles, and a resolve to go the distance. So it is only fitting that our spirit be recognized and celebrated for the genuine quality of life in St. Bernard Parish. So take a look at some of our school administrators and community members, which has made us all happy.
Here come bad news, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on.
We are very happy and honored to have with us this morning a true friend of St. Bernard Parish. Our guest speaker's tough stance on the rights of the residents to rebuild and her persistence in pushing the federal government to accept its responsibilities for the restoration of our community and adequate flood protection for our region has earned her the respect of the citizens throughout our parish and sent the message that if she has her way, Louisiana and other coastal regions will never have to fear another such man-made disaster. She has distinguished herself as a tireless negotiator, an admired political leader, and a demanding representative of the people. And she does this while maintaining her most important role as a mother and making the health and educational welfare of all the children she serves a priority of her office. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to introduce a mighty champion for our cause, U.S. Senator Mary Landry.
Thank you, band. Thank you, band. We are rolling on the river. Thank you. That sounds so wonderful, and good morning to everyone and my colleagues who have joined me this morning and joined all of us. Steve, congratulations on your new leadership role. Let's give a round of applause to Congressman Scalise. And we work as a team and always have and will continue to, and particularly when it comes to the recovery of St. Bernard. You all are an amazing group of individuals that are so committed to each other and to your families and to the traditions of this parish. And I just couldn't be prouder to be with you all again this year. I think I've been here every year for 9, almost, I think, everyone. And most certainly was here just a few hours after the storm and have been with you ever since, and will continue until everyone is back, to every family that wants to come home is here. And our work continues in this way throughout our whole state and the many parishes that were hurt. And we still have many challenges, still recovering from not just Katrina, but Rita, and then Gustav and Ike, and then the oil spill that has so devastated some of our coastal areas. And I thank all the elected officials here that have helping with that. I have to, though, call out Doris Vautier, who introduced me and has been an amazing leader for this parish, but a wonderful inspiration to me and to many of us in our delegation, and to so many people, not just in St. Bernard, but really in the world, in our country. She has really become a face and a character, showing the model of leadership when all else has really failed. And Doris, I can't tell you how proud I am of the work that you continue to do with your board and all of your help. Let's give Doris a round of applause. And what a great role model for the kids, and the kids of St. Bernard. You all have touched our hearts. You've been so extraordinary, and to think 2,500 of you weren't even born, but I'm sure you've heard the stories. Every night your parents probably tell you the stories of Katrina. We will be telling that story for a long time, so you probably feel the younger children that they know more because they, of course, weren't here. But the older children remember, and it's been a great stone, basically, or foundation is a better word, in your life to know that you can overcome, and to watch the parents and your neighbors suffer so much, but to rise up. Coming to the parish this morning, I was just overwhelmed with the progress that's been made at the closure of Mr. Go, the standing up of the port, the building of the hospital, the $14 billion levee protection that will protect this parish and many of our communities so that we never have to flood again. The 11 schools that are out of the ground and operating. The community college. Tommy, thank you for your leadership. We still have work to go. And yes, GOSEP, there is a work order pending still for Nunez Community College. So it's just quite amazing. And so many other things that are happening, all the small businesses that are back, the law firms, the car dealerships, the restaurants, and this parish is better, than it ever has been, and it will. You have our commitment to stay with you until you are where you want to be and where you deserve to be. I want to say just a word about the partnership with the federal government, the state government, the local government, and the work that FEMA has done. You know, it's kind of, I guess, I don't know, a little bit fashionable to beat up on the government these days, and I most certainly am not going to defend everything the government does, but when we were at our darkest hour, which was in Katrina, we had to get this government to work for the people, and it was hard, it was difficult. But our Katrina cost, to put this in some perspective, it's hard to get a handle of it, but it was $120 billion. It is so far off the chart when you graft the impact of any storm to hit anywhere or any major disaster. It is tenfold. So to get that federal money moving, to get the state money moving, to get the local money moving, and to try to do it in a coordinated fashion, we have really become a model for recovery. And so when Sandy hit the East Coast, when the tornadoes hit the Midwest, when the earthquakes hit, they call us. Now, we don't like being known as experts in disaster, but you know what? We know how to do it pretty well, and we've learned a lot, and we're happy, as usual, to share with other people to get better, and I'm going to continue to try to help our country to get a better way of responding to disasters. One of the things that we work on, I'm going to make this very short because I know I'm standing between all of us and a delicious breakfast, but one of the great things we continue to work on is a flood insurance program that we can live and grow with. We have got to have an affordable flood insurance program. It's part of living in the coastal area that we live in. We live in the 7th largest delta in the world. Yes, we need levees that don't fail. Yes, we need schools that support our children and give them hope. But we also need to be able to afford to live here, and living here with insurance so that in a heavy rain, or if, God forbid, there's another minor flood, we hope there'll never be another catastrophic flood, we can survive and grow. But more importantly, that businesses that want to come here know that they have the security of an insurance program for their people that they can afford. I'm proud that we were able to push back Biggert Waters to change a draconian flood insurance program and to get something that St. Bernard can live with and grow with, and we're going to continue to fight for that. We're not going to give up. And finally, for our the long-term look, and I know we still have many law enforcement challenges, and we have some environmental challenges, and we have some industrial challenges, workforce development challenges, but no challenge is greater for any of us in any part of Louisiana, and particularly our 19 coastal parishes, of which St. Bernard is truly an amazing model, until we can get full coastal resiliency and restoration. And nickels and dimes aren't going to help. We're not going to tolerate anymore. We are done with losing our homes, not once but twice in our lifetime. We're done with flooding and shipping out and disasters and losing everything that we've worked for. So we are going to build a strong and resilient coast, and we're going to do that by stepping up our efforts. We've already got GOMESA, which is the Gulf of Mexico Energy Security Act that I was able to pass. Our delegation worked very hard to get a portion of that offshore oil and gas money, which is $9 billion a year, that St. Bernard and Plaquemine and St. Mary and Jefferson and Cameron and Calcasieu, with our work, our rigs, our people, send that money to Washington. We want it back to help us restore this coast and to build a place that we can live and our children can live here forever. So we've done some great work on that. There's more work to do. And St. Bernard, you all are amazing, amazing leaders. And it takes all of us to make this work. So God bless you. Thank you. I'm here until we go the distance. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Scalise and Senators Vitter and Landrieu, for your messages to us. And thank you, Dr. Kraft and Ms. Voce, for reminding us of how truly fortunate we are to live in St. Bernard.
The recurring theme in our program this morning is for us to realize, as we pause and reflect on our community's strength, that we have gone the distance. We have proven to the world that each day ordinary miracles move us forward. The work of our first responders, the faith that sustains us, our educational system, and the goodness of the people of the parish. As St. Bernardians, our sense of teamwork can meet any challenge.
It is important to recall that while we may never know what tomorrow brings, we are united in awaiting the challenges before us and also those that may be just around the bend. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chalmette High Senior Caroline Boudreau in Just Around the River Bend.
What I love most about rivers is you can't step in the same river twice. The water's always changing, always flowing. But people, I guess, can't live like that. We all must pay the price. To escape, we lose our chance of ever knowing what's around the river bend, waiting just around the river bend. I look once more, just around the river bend, beyond the shore, where the gulls fly free. Don't know what for, what I dreamed the day might send, just around the river bend. For me, coming for me. I feel it there beyond those trees, or right behind these waterfalls. Can I ignore the sound of distant drumming? For a handsome, sturdy husband who built handsome, sturdy walls can never dream that something might be coming. Just around the river bend, waiting just around the river bend. I look once more, just around the river bend, beyond the shore. Won't the gulls fly free? Don't know what for. Why do all my dreams extend just around the river bend? Just around the river bend. Should I choose the smoothest course, steady as the beating drum? Should I marry Coco Wong? Is all my dreaming at an end? Or do you still wait with me, dream giver, just around the river bend?
we treat our audience to a preview of new shows premiering each season on the Hero Network. In anticipation of our 10th anniversary next year, we'd like to recap the successful programs that have aired here on the Hero Network.
Since it first blasted onto the broadcast scene, the Hero Network has enthralled its viewers with its flights of fancy and its deeds of dominance. We've highlighted the heroes of our community who have overcome adversity and danger in a breathtaking fashion. These heroes have eliminated all doubt that our parish would rebound.
I ain't afraid of no doubts. Yeah, 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 yeah.
They've turned can to can and won't to will. These heroes have shown parish pride in representing the home team with class, panache, and sometimes a big splash. They've put their energies into rebuilding and revitalizing the parish, always on target. With a smile on their face, a song in their hearts.
I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life, baby.
And the resources to make big things happen. From devastation to the dawn of a new day, the members of our Hero Network have truly been miracle workers. And now this year, we pay tribute to the everyday hero who makes ordinary miracles happen every day. It's time for the Hero Network to show its softer side with a tribute to ordinary miracles.
It's not that unusual when everything is beautiful. It's just another ordinary miracle today. The sky knows when it's time to snow. Don't need to teach a seed to grow. It's just another ordinary miracle today. Life is like a gift, they say, wrapped up for you every day. Open up and find a way to give some of your own. Isn't it remarkable? Like every time a raindrop falls, it's just another ordinary miracle today. Birds in winter have their flame, but always make it home by spring. It's just another ordinary miracle today. When you wake up every day, please don't throw your dreams away. Hold them close to your heart, 'cause we're all a part of the ordinary miracle.
next year at the same time on the same channel as we will present the anxiously awaited epic that will make your head spin. 10 years in the making, the Hero Network and the St. Bernard School System will present Day of Reflection 10, a decade of deliverance in 3D. It will blow your mind. Be there.
These ordinary miracles are what have helped us go the distance over the past 9 years and will sustain us through the years we move to the 10th anniversary of Katrina's devastation and the arduous process of rebuilding our community. In our final part of the program this morning, we want to challenge you at your tables to determine just how in the know you are about your public schools in the game we like to call Can You Go the Distance?
Now please, help me welcome seniors Emily Jones and Nikki Stone to help you play our game. Ladies, the floor is all yours.
How y'all doing this morning? Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Game Time, where we test your knowledge of the St. Bernard Parish Public Schools. At your table is a sheet entitled, Can You Go the Distance? Please select one person from your table to be a recorder for your group, and let's all participate in celebrating the great things about our school system.
That's right, Emily. Now, we're going to ask you a series of 9 questions, and your job is to give us your best thoughts on what the answers may be. You will then have a chance to tally your answers, and a grand prize awaits the winning table at the end of the morning. Remember, no wagering.
Are you ready for your question number 1? By now, you surely have seen the state-of-the-art athletic facilities offered here at Chalmette High School. No doubt the finest in the state. Can I get a hoot hoot?
Hoot hoot.
From the artificial turf on the football, baseball, and softball fields, to the athletic facilities from the indoor walking track and athletic weight room, to the student fitness center and Olympic-sized swimming pool, each day we are excited to pump you up! Now, for your first question. How many yards long, including the end zones, is the Chalmette High School football field?
Table 14's got a nice answer.
I see you, table 37.
All right, question number 2. Hopefully you've had the opportunity to attend one of the many plays, concerts, tech shows, or other events held in our Cultural Arts Center. From grammar school to glitter and gloves, our CAC is a true celebration of the performing arts. Now, assume that each seat in the theater is 2 feet wide. How many feet of seats are there in the entire theater? Or, in other words, hint, hint, wink, wink, simply guess the number of seats in the Cultural Arts Center and multiply by 2.
Ooh, the firefighter table has something. And as excited as Nikki and I are about our athletic and cultural arts programs, we realize that academics is the primary reason we're in school. Our goal is to make sure that every student leaves us college and career ready, and we do that through a number of programs. Our advanced placement and dual enrollment programs leave kids with college credit even before they leave Chalmette High.
Ooh.
Ah. Our incredibly challenging honors program, believe me,
We know.
our new Jumpstart program and our pre-engineering program are just some of those in place to help ensure student success once they graduate. Your question? If you took one step to represent each $1 million of academic scholarships our seniors were awarded last year, how many steps would you have to take? Listen carefully. If each step you took represented $1 million in scholarships that were awarded last year, how many steps would you have to take?
Ard was one of the first and continues to be one of the very few public school districts that offers a universal preschool program to all 4-year-olds residing in the parish. Now, we recognize that all those little ones have tiny little feet, about 6 inches long on average. So, if we lined up all of our preschoolers heel to toe, how long would our line be in inches? In other words, multiply the total number of 4-year-olds enrolled in our preschool program by 6. And yes, you can use your phones for this one. Adults only, that is.
Nikki, we mentioned our Olympic-sized swimming pool earlier.
Yes, we did.
The site of swim classes, swim meets, swim lessons for every 2nd grader, summer swim classes for youngsters parish-wide, and senior citizen water aerobics classes. As my grandma always told me, who needs buns of steel when you can have buns of cinnamon?
But shh.
How many yards does a swimmer cover when he or she completes 1 lap in our pool? Let me repeat the question. How many yards does a swimmer cover when he or she completes 1 lap in our swimming pool?
One of the things that sets our school system apart from all the others is the abundance of technology used by our students in classrooms each day. Listen carefully. Each class is equipped with 5 computers with internet access, a Promethean board, an Elmo for projection, a DVD player, live television feeds, and speakers. Then there are the computer labs, iPads, Kindles, mobile labs, and not to mention all of our scientific equipment too. On average, each of those devices are about 1 foot long. Your next question is, laid end to end, about how long would our line of technology devices be in feet? Or about how many technology devices are available to our 7,000 students each day?
Seems like table 34 has something going.
No peeking.
Each morning of the school year, 64 buses traverse the parish twice, transporting over 5,500 students to and from school. How many miles does the fleet travel during the school year? Please record your answer to number 7. And remember, bonus points will be awarded if it's in Common Core format.
How y'all doing over here? Y'all good? You know, Emily, McDonald's brags about the number of burgers they serve each day. They have nothing on us. Our food service program, the same one that brought to you today's meal, provides breakfast and lunch to our students each day, serving over 1 million meals during the school year. Here is your next question. How long is the typical food service area that our students pass through each day to receive their meals? Please record your answer in yards.
I see some answers being figured. Over the past 9 years, our school district has had the opportunity to construct or reconstruct 11 state-of-the-art buildings in which students learn and teachers teach each day. From Araby Elementary, the school on the westernmost end of the parish, the western end of the parish, to Goche Elementary, the school on the easternmost end of the parish. Technology, classrooms, gymnasiums, art, music rooms, and libraries are there for our students. Your final question: how many miles is it from Araby Elementary to Goche Elementary?
Now, please take this time to total up your numbers on your table score sheet. Then divide by 1. We will review the answers in just a moment to determine our grand prize winner. Thanks for playing. I'm Nikki Stone.
And I'm Emily Jones.
And we know you all can
Go the distance. Oh,
See you
yeah.
next time.
Thank you, Emily and Nikki, for the quick walkthrough of our school district's highlights and a fun way to determine who has gone the distance.
As we conclude our program this morning, we would like to acknowledge the Yaya Inc. for the wonderful sculpture that brings beauty and message to our stage. This year, our annual Katrina Day of Reflection highlights this sculpture, which symbolizes and celebrates the growth of our wonderful Chalmette High School. This art was created by Mr. Ron Ratliff in partnership with teachers and students from our schools. On behalf of the student body of Chalmette High School, we would like to thank the Greater New Orleans Foundation Oil Spill Fund, Yaya, Young Aspirations Young Artists, Inc., and the Louise Colmaris of Art Metal Studios for the astonishing work of art.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage our district leader, Mrs. Doris Voce.
Thank you, Jonathan and Michaela, for being such wonderful hosts this morning. Please give them a round of applause. All right, everyone, hopefully you've added up all your numbers very quickly, and this is how we're going to determine the table winner. We'd like one person from each table who has the sheet to just stand up. Just one person per table. Hold your sheet, the recorder. And I'll give you all the answers in a minute, but we're going to try to determine the winner first. All right, if your numbers totaled less than 100,000, sit down. Oh. All right, less than 200,000, please sit down. All right, less than 300,000, please sit down. Less than 400,000, please sit down. Ooh, we got a lot of people still standing. Less than 500,000, please sit down. Now remember, the winner is the number without going over. So if you have more than 531,191, sit down. Uh-oh. All right, let's go back to the people. If you had between 400,000 and 500,000, stand back up. Oh, I still have one up? I got two up. Okay, who's got the mic? Can someone go to, is that Deborah Keller back there? Deborah, what's your number? 508, 5 something. And who's the other table still standing? Over here, what is your number?
509722.
And the winner is 509722. Yes. Emily and Nikki, we have prizes for everyone at the table. And the correct answers are length of the football field with end zones, 120. There are 420 seats in the theater, so the answer was 840. $5 million worth of scholarships, the answer was 5. We had 460 preschoolers times 6, so the answer was 2,760. The amount of yards in one lap of the pool, 50 yards. Computers, 4,600. 4,600. Believe it or not, the number of miles our buses travel, 522,800 miles a year. Just think, over 500,000 miles a year our buses travel. The average serving area, 3 yards and approximately 13 miles from Arabi to Goche. So the total number should be 531,191. Thank y'all for playing. Go to the distance. Before we close this morning, I'd like to invite everyone to a very special event immediately following the breakfast. As we are all aware, not only did our community suffer greatly at the hands of Katrina, but the area that we are sitting in experienced a massive oil spill that mixed in with the floodwaters. So subsequent to the court settlement, a local Cypre committee was established to distribute funds within the community. And we were able to secure some of the funding for the land remediation on the site of our newly built Lacoste Elementary School. And in exchange, we agreed to provide a portion of the land for the establishment of a small green space featuring a beautiful piece of public art. Federal Judge Eldon Fallon presided over the distribution of the funds, and the committee was comprised of Judge Bobby Cleese, Judge Danny Dysart, Sidney Torres, Sal Gutierrez, and Carl Zorns. And they selected Andre Neff to design the memorial and the sculptor Luis Colmenares to produce the art. So immediately, and I think you can see a picture of it that we've put up in our screens, a beautiful piece of art. So immediately following the breakfast, there'll be a dedication of Willpower Park at the Lacoste Elementary School site, and the committee would like to invite anyone who would like to attend to just drive over. It's a few blocks, right down Palmisano, take a right on Missouri, and it's about 5 or 6 blocks, and you're right there. So we hope to see you there. This morning, our breakfast would not have been possible without a lot of people. And I want to thank Joni Bloom of our Food Services Department and all of our cafeteria ladies who cooked the breakfast this morning. And Wayne Warner, principal of Chalmette High School, for producing such wonderful young people from our chorus under the direction of Annalise Cassar, some of our band members under the direction of Jason Rusk, our tech crew in the back under the direction of Freddie Hebert, our ambassadors this morning that you met many of our students outside and through the halls under the direction of Melissa Moynan, and your student servers this morning, the students attending Chalmette High School under the direction of Phyllis Daisadou. We'd also like to thank Charles Cassar for helping coordinate the event, Cindy England and Shelby Benezek, and our crew from the central office for getting everything together for us this morning, the men from Penn for the wonderful videos that we have, our maintenance department under the direction of Ronnie Alonso, and one of our business partners, MMI Culinary Services, who donated the eggs this morning. So we're very thankful for that as well. So we want to thank each and every one of you for going the distance with us this morning and over the past 9 years. I think St. Bernard has shown the whole world that we can indeed go the distance. Thank you for being with us this morning, and please, as you leave, take one of our little remembrances with you that each of our students is handing out, and we hope to see you next year at the big 10th anniversary celebration.